Raslang was born in a small forgotten village, hidden among barren fields where the soil was cracked and the wind always carried the sound of hunger. His mother, Zareen, was all he ever had in life. His father had abandoned them before Raslang had learned to walk, leaving behind nothing but debts and broken promises. From that moment onward, Zareen became both father and mother, shelter and strength, sacrifice and love. Life was merciless. Their house was not more than a mud-walled hut with a roof that leaked during the rains. There was no furniture, no proper bed, only a straw mat and a wooden trunk where Zareen kept her only treasure, a small notebook where she wrote Raslang's name again and again, as though writing it would protect him from life's cruelty. From the earliest days, Raslang saw the tiredness in his mother's eyes, yet he also saw something else, an unshakable fire of love. She would wake before sunrise, walk to the fields, work in other people's homes, wash clothes, fetch water, and still come home with a smile for her only son. She ate less so Raslang could eat more. She hid her pain so Raslang could dream without fear. Raslang, she would whisper every night, holding his face in her rough hands, you will not remain like me. You will study, you will rise, and one day, the world will know your name. For a boy who had nothing, his mother's words became everything. Raslang studied under the dim flame of a kerosene lamp, using torn pages instead of notebooks. His classmates mocked him for wearing old clothes, for carrying a bag stitched out of flour sacks, but Raslang never complained. Every insult only made him look at his mother and remind himself, I cannot fail her. I must become her pride. Zareen sold her wedding bangles to pay for his school admission. She walked barefoot for miles so that Raslang could wear shoes to class. She skipped medicine when she was sick, pretending she was fine, only to save money for his books. Years passed. Raslang grew into a young man, sharp, humble, determined. His teachers admired his brilliance. This boy will go far, they said. And every time Zareen heard those words, her tired heart found new strength. But poverty is cruel. One winter, Zareen fell ill. She began coughing blood but hid it from Raslang. She told him it was just a cold. She still worked in the fields, still washed clothes, but her body grew weaker. At night, when Raslang studied, she would quietly sit near the lamp, watching him, memorizing his face as though her soul already knew time was running out. One evening, Raslang returned home and found her collapsed on the floor. Panic rushed through him as he carried her to the village doctor. The doctor shook his head gravely. Your mother's lungs are failing. She needs expensive treatment, medicine that you cannot afford. Raslang's heart shattered. He begged, he pleaded, he worked double shifts, he carried bricks, he labored in the fields, but it was never enough. His mother, lying on the bed, would smile weakly and say, Don't cry, Raslang. My body is tired, but my soul is at peace. I have lived to see you grow into the man I dreamed of. No, Amma, Raslang wept. I will save you. I will not let you leave me. But fate had already written its cruel lines. One stormy night, when the rain leaked through the roof and Raslang sat holding his mother's fragile hand, Zareen whispered her last words. My son, promise me one thing. Don't let my sacrifices die with me. Live fully, and make the world see you. That will be my gift. Her eyes closed, her lips curved into a faint smile, and with one last breath, she left him. Raslang screamed into the night, his tears mixing with the rain, his heart breaking into pieces. The world became empty, silent, unbearable, but he remembered her words. He remembered her dreams, and he rose. Raslang studied harder than ever. He worked day and night. His hunger became his strength, his mother's memory his weapon. He won a scholarship, moved to the city, and excelled in his studies. Each success carried the echo of his mother's voice. Each award was dedicated to her. Years later, when Raslang stood on a grand stage, receiving an international award for his work in education, cameras flashing all around, he looked up at the sky. His voice trembled as he whispered, Amma, this is for you. You are not here, but you are in every breath I take. The audience stood in silence, many with tears in their eyes. For they saw not just a successful man, but a story of love, sacrifice, and a mother's last gift. Raslang never forgot his roots. He returned to his village, built a school in his mother's name, so that no child would ever have to give up on education the way poverty once tried to stop him. The villagers called it Zareen Academy, a place where every wall echoed the story of a mother's sacrifices. And every time Raslang walked through the school, he could almost hear her voice again. You will rise, my son. You will make the world know your name. And he had. Her sacrifice had not died. Her love had lived on, through him, forever.